Welcome back to The Grind for an update on the new season that is coming to War Dragons Strange Lands. Now, this video will be about the season updates or changes that are coming with the introduction of this new season, and then I will make separate videos to discuss the Mythic Dragons as well as the Legendary Dragons over the next several days. Now, I have not been quite as active on the channel or in-game, but I did want to share this information and continue to provide you with updates and information with new dragons and riders throughout the season. That is my goal. And additional feedback from you all is always appreciated in the comment section. Now, there are some major changes actually coming this season, and there are several things to talk about. There's new Mythic content, which goes along with dragons, which is pretty cool. There's new championship rider branches, and they're changing some of the ways that they're doing riders, and they're having spell rider branches, which is a very interesting concept. And then they're going to have a tower branch as well, and there's going to be some changes alongside that. So let's talk about the rider changes. Well, they want to produce less content that is not used. They want to invest more effort into making something good that people want rather than just producing a bunch of things and nobody wanting to use them. So some of the major changes are they are no longer doing Atlas riders. However, since there are a lot of Atlas riders that players still want to acquire, there will still be an Atlas Rider Shard branch in the Atlas season, but along with that branch, there will not be a new rider. You'll just have access to more blue shards. There are a couple riders in the Atlas Rider collection that require purple shards. Those will now only require blue shards. So every Atlas season, you can still acquire enough shards to purchase another Atlas Rider, because there are still some really good ones. So as that first point is saying, there will be no new rider, but the branch will still exist. Now, new season riders will go up to level 60. Their power will be budgeted to be roughly the same as what the top tier riders are. And with these new season riders, a spell that occupies the consumable spell slot on any dragon they ride will be available. So you don't have to equip a cloak spell if that rider comes along with a cloak spell, if that makes sense. You will not be able to use two of the same spells. So if, let's say, the rider does come along with a cloak spell, you can use that every flight and it will not consume one of your consumable cloaks. But if you apply a cloak from your consumables, you'll only be able to use one cloak. You can't double up on the same spell. But this is a very unique and interesting way to make riders more interesting and make different riders more appealing for different dragons or for different situations. So this rider will basically be giving you a free spell for every flight, and the rider will determine what spell that is. So I think that's a pretty cool addition. Now, players can still put consumable spells in the slot, and it will kind of overwrite the rider's granted spell. So if you want to put in two very specific spells that your rider doesn't have, you can just put those two specific spells in, and your rider's spell will not be available. Now, rider granted spells obey all the restricted spell combos, so you can't put a shield granting rider on a dragon that already has a shield, but the rider granted spell, you can put it on there, sorry, but the rider granted spell will not be available because of the restricted combination rules. So that will be something that will be visible in game that you'll have to keep in mind when you are deciding which riders to apply. Now, champion riders, it's basically like a resurrection branch. They're bringing back old riders, but they are taking feedback from resurrection dragons and applying that here. So they are going to basically be making them a little bit better. So some of the key highlights for that is each branch is focused on the rider from the past. It will still include 6 keys and 2 ascension tokens, which we will talk about later. Each of the 3 riders, which as they said in wave 1, there will be 3 of these champion riders that are returning. They will now have a max level of 60 rather than 50. So the 60 rider is more powerful than a 50, but the more modern level 60 riders are considerably more powerful than the level 50 riders from 3 years ago. And so that's why they're bringing them back with level 60 so that they can add a few more things into them to make them more powerful and equivalent to the current riders. Now, how much of this branch you want to complete depends on whether or not you have the old riders. So if you already have the old rider, you don't need to complete as much of the branch to finish off it to level 60. You'll just continue to add levels onto it, and you might only want to complete half the branch and get to the first ascension token. And new players can still do the entire branch. Veteran players who have one or more of these riders can complete a third branch to get the shards that they need. And then in the unusual case of already having one of the riders but not enough shards to max it at 50, you just have to complete more of the branch to get the shards that you need. So you can just keep going till you cap it out, but you don't necessarily have to do the whole branch if you already have levels in it. And so now let's move on and talk about boosts, branches, and prize updates. So as you heard, there are Ascension tokens, which is an interesting new addition that we are going to talk about. But some of the major branch or dragon branch changes this season is the legendary branches will continue to cost the same, 37.5 thousand sigils. The base boost and Electrum branch cost will require the same, 37,000 sigils. And each of these branches will have 6 season keys. And as we mentioned before, 2 of the Ascension tokens. And the same goes with the champion riders, but those will cost 37,000 sigils and again contain 6 keys. Now wave 1 will have the regular wave 1 content except the wave 1 rider. However, they're adding the tower branch to wave 1 because they want that to be accessible earlier on. The discount dragon and base boost will again be discounted by 50% for the first 2 weeks. And then week 3, they'll have the champion rider branch come out. And all 3 of those riders will be available. Wave 2, they'll come out with the Spell Rider branch and a Resurrection Dragon. There will not be a legendary Wave 2 dragon this season because they don't want to just keep putting out dragons that people don't want. And then Wave 3 will be the Festive Dragon, and that will continue to be the same. Now, Mythic branches now include 3 optional improvements beyond the final evolution stone of the Mythic Dragon. And those are kind of some added unique bonuses and actually make your dragons even more powerful. And those are unlocked with Ascension tokens. And what is included is powerful runes, or a powerful rune that is exclusive to that Mythic Dragon. And then Mythic Dragon reskin for the Mythic Dragon. You can change the appearance, which is very cool. I do like that addition. And then a powerful exclusive glyph specific to that dragon once again. Now, how that works is the dragon branches will give you a season key as well as the Ascension tokens. Each full branch contains 2 Ascension tokens, 1 halfway through and 1 at the very end. And those are what are used to unlock these exclusive Mythic rewards at the end of the Mythic branch. You do have to unlock all of them in order, so you have to get the exclusive rune first and the dragon reskin next, and then the exclusive glyph. And how it works is the Mythic Dragon is unlocked with 20 season keys. But when you do that, you're actually getting refunded 3 season keys, which is an interesting change as well, that allows you to get everything from a season without missing out or losing anything. The next step is powerful exclusive rune. That will cost 8 Ascension tokens, but when you do purchase that, you will get back a season key once again. Now, those 8 Ascension tokens means you must complete 4 full branches, or the equivalent in partial branches, to then unlock the exclusive rune, which seems like a lot. 4 full branches to get that first one. And then if you unlock or complete a 5th full branch, then you can get the dragon reskin. And again, you get 1 key back. And then when you get a 6th branch fully completed and get that 12th Ascension token, you can get the powerful exclusive glyph. And once you purchase that, you'll get 6 Ascension tokens back and another season key. And then all of those go towards your 2nd Mythic. And you will have to complete more branches as well along the way to then get all of the things required for that 2nd Mythic. But basically, you can still get the Mythic by completing just 3 and a little bit more branches. But if you want to get all of the exclusive powerful bonuses on top of that, you'll have to continue to unlock more than 5 branches completely in order to get all of those things required. And then if you have extra Ascension tokens at the end of the season, they will also be able to be cashed in the new season afterwards for the Redemption branch to get some additional rewards. So if you just complete 1 Mythic, you end up getting more stuff back that can be used for the Redemption branch. So it's actually more beneficial for those who typically just get 1 Mythic. So once again, as they are saying here, there will be enough Ascension tokens to get all the seasonal Mythic rewards for both Mythic Dragons if you do go far enough into the season getting all of the branches. Each full branch has 2 Ascension Ascension tokens, and shorter branches, for example, the Festive, will contain 1 Ascension token, so you can still pick those up with other branches. They can also be found in alternate branches, like limited time branches, depending on the branch and likely how much it costs. So a lot of changes. I'm very excited to hear your feedback on these changes and how it works out with this season. Let me know what your thoughts are. I do hope this was helpful, and I look forward to making the Mythic Dragon video as well as the Legendary Dragon videos. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck, and I hope to see you in the next video.